Here we are going to study in detail about sets. Sets are nothing but they are represented by curly brackets and the elements are separated by comma, and they are unordered data types and they are mutable. They only allow unique elements, they won't allow any duplicates, and yeah, they include only immutable data types. They won't include any type of list, sets, dictionaries, or mutable data types. It stores only immutable data types. It won't store any type of mutable data types. For example, so if we take set 1 as uh, using this example, we can say that the set is represented by curl braces. Inside that we are having immutable data types, that is 1, 2.5, that is numbers, and this is the string, and this is the tuple. So if we check the type of set, type of the class, so we can say that it belongs to set. And as it is unordered, we don't get the same order as we have given. We get the different order printed because it is unordered. And coming to dictionary, so dictionary is ordered collection of key pair values. So one value, uh, it gives one pair, and key will allow only unique values. It won't allow any type of duplications. And keys are immutable data types. It allows only number, tuples, and strings, whereas values are mutable data types and they are not unique. And they are represented by uh, curly braces and semicolon. So for example, if we take dic1 and represent it with curly braces, and yeah, we give name, and name acts as key, and the value Manu, it acts as Manu acts as value, and name acts as key. So the one value becomes one pair, key pair. So they are separated by comma. And next one is nothing but location. So this is Hyderabad. So yeah, this is dictionary, sample dictionary. If we print it, then we get dic1. If we print dic1, so this spelling mistake. Okay, we have got name Manu, location Hyderabad. So location N I have missed, right? So they are ordered because the order which we have given as input, we are getting as the same order as output, right? They are ordered dictionary. Dictionary are ordered data types, and they are mutable. They can be modified, and will allocate the same object or memory location. And yes, another one, this is about dictionary, and we will study in detail in dictionary part, that will be in next recording classes. So next, coming to tuples. uh, Tuples are immutable, means they cannot be modified data types, and they are ordered data types, and they are ordered, and they store different types of data types, and they are represented by symbol brackets, and element separated by comma, and the tuples may contain another tuple inside it, or a list inside it, or any type of data type. So when to use a tuple? For example, let us first have an example of tuple. So tuple 1 equals to, so 10. So I'm saying apple. So separate, comma separated. So element separated by comma, 3.4, and true is nothing but boolean. This will study next topic, as next topic, what is true, false. And yeah, print tuple. tuple 1, and also we will check which type of class it belongs to. Uh, so we are using type class to check uh, the class of the variable. Uh, So if we print, we get output as tuple, right? See, we got class as tuple. Means this tuple one variable belongs to type class. So yeah, it is as it is ordered, we will get same order. See, uh, 10 apple 3.4 and shoe, right? So we have finished till now all the data types. Yeah, boolean is pending. That is boolean. So Boolean defines whether a given statement is true or false. For true, we give as 1, and for false, we give as 0. Okay. So if we take example of fruits equals to, if we take apple, elements, this is a tuple actually, we are taking banana and, and this one is cherry. So let us check print banana in fruits. So banana in fruits. Then let us see what it gives for your yes, banana in fruits. Okay, we print banana in fruits. Then we get yes, true. That means banana is present in fruits. So we are getting true. So if we so for false, we print orange in fruits. So let us see what we get. So it is false, right? We don't have orange in our uh, tuple tuple list, so we can say that it is false. So it is defining whether its statement, this given statement, is true or false. If it is true, it gives true, and if it is false, it gives as false, right? So so far, how what we have covered all the types of data types, right? Yeah, typecasting is pending. So implicit and explicit. Okay, now let us discuss typecasting. So what is typecasting? Is nothing but converting uh, one data type into another data type, is nothing but type class casting. If we do it manually, then it is known as explicit typecasting. And if it the code itself it does the typecasting, then it is known as implicit typecasting. Let us see with an example, right? So coming to first one, implicit uh, casting and explicit typecasting. So coming to implicit. So example, for example, if you take nums equals to 1, num1, num1 equals to 1 and num2 equals to 2.5, if the result equals to uh, or print um, num1 plus num2, if you do addition of num1 and num2, then let us check the type of num1 num2. See, this is int and this is float. Let us see what the result will be. So the result is float. Here we have not done any type of typecasting. Just we have checked the type of class which it belongs to. So it is giving float. It is nothing but this type of casting. internal casting is nothing but typecasting is nothing but implicit typecasting. If you do it manually, for example, if we take age, age as actually we get default as string only, even though it is number. Most of the default values will be in string format, so we have to change to int in order to get uh, in order to avoid the errors. So if we are, so we are assigning uh, int class typecasting to age. So so let us check the type of var. So print var of type of var, sorry, it's type of var. Then what we get, see, we have converted from float to int, right? No, actually we have converted from string to int. So this is string value. We have got the age default value, and we want actually the int value. We don't want string value. So we are converting the string to int. How we are converting? We are giving int class to age, so it will convert to int. So we are finally checking using type class whether the var variable is still string or an int. Then we will get the value as int, right? So we have converted this type conversion also. So let us have a brief summary of what we have studied. We have studied the numeric types in float and complex, and we have studied what is a boolean, uh, true and false statements, and we have studied what is a mutable type of data sets and immutable type of data types, mutable data types, immutable data types, and we have studied what is ordered data type, unordered data type, and also we have studied what is typecasting and how to do it implicitly and explicitly, right? We have covered all the topics, and in next class we will study in detail about one after the other each and every data type. Thank you.